How does understanding the market you're in affect the way repairs get done in a real estate transaction? For the most part, all real estate in the state of California is sold as is. Okay, so what you see on the ground is what you get. We as agents have heard a lot of stories, right? We've had buyers come up from other areas and might say something to us like, look, when I sold my house, we had to do all these repairs. So as we're buying this house, we want the seller to do all of these repairs. And we have to explain to them there are no contractual obligations in a standard contract that says that the seller must do these repairs. As a matter of fact, there's a provision in the contract, in the residential purchase agreement, that states the house is sold in as-is condition as of the day that the offer was accepted. But that doesn't mean that you're SOL, all right? We still have the opportunity to come into the home and inspect it. We do our home inspection, we see all of our disclosures, etc. And then the buyer and the buyer's agent will sit down and sift through all that information, and they may put together a request for repairs. And what that is, essentially the buyer asking the seller and saying, look, I want to continue to buy your home, but I would like you to do all of these repairs before we close escrow. So this is where you're depending on your real estate agent's ability to negotiate, because contractually, sellers are not required to do these repairs. But if they want to hold on to the sale, then maybe they need to do some or all of those repairs. Depending on the market, that will dictate whether or not those repairs get done or not. Let me explain. In the 2 years following the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, when real estate markets were going berserk, that was called a seller's market, meaning there were few homes on the market and a lot of buyers. So the advantage shifted to the seller. So if a house needed repairs and the seller did not want to do those repairs, if the transaction fell apart, it was okay because there were probably already 2 or 3 backup offers and another 20 potential buyers lined up and ready to go. Okay, but the market we're entering right now is drastically different. We are shifting back towards a buyer's market. What is a buyer's market? Few buyers, a lot of houses for sale. So sellers have been sitting on the market for a long time waiting for an offer, and oh, we finally got one. Okay, we don't want to lose this buyer because it could take another month or even longer for us to get back under contract. So when we have a buyer's market, the seller is usually going to be more inclined to do those repairs as to not spoil the transaction and lose the deal. So repairs, like all other parts of real estate, are a negotiation. And a negotiation has to be like a beautiful dance, right? There has to be a little bit of give and take from both sides. What I have found in my experience is that once one side starts to push too hard and the other side starts to feel like they're being taken advantage of, and that could be buyer or seller, okay, soon as one party gets spoiled, everything starts to get spoiled, and there's a greater chance that that deal is not going to work. Okay, so my advice would be, yeah, ask for what you need, negotiate hard, but keep it fair, keep it civil, and make the deal work.